Hello, hey everybody. How are you guys? Hope everybody's good. Happy Sunday. Yeah, I couldn't do it this morning, so I'm glad I was able to come and do it tonight because there's a few things I want to discuss. So, so how are you guys? 7 days away. Everybody got their shopping all done. Are you all ready for Christmas? Is everything all set and ready to go? We'll give everybody a few minutes, like a minute just to get in here. I started a couple of minutes early. Usually I'm late. All right. Hey, Suzanne, Mary, Sugar, Janie, Lil Omi, Shelly, Casey, Ashley B, CY, Mark. Hey, everybody. Thank you guys for coming. All right. So we're going to talk about a few things. I want to talk about a little bit about Kylie. And I want to thank you guys. The last live did really well. I think people really liked it. I know I did. I know after that I was just like, I mean it's been here the whole time. So, thank everybody. Thank you guys all for sharing that and all the love that video received. Hey Patty, hoping for answers. Yeah, me either, Patty. I'm not ready. I'm a late shopper. I'm always late. Last minute. But it's hard too, y'all, with 4 kids and there's nowhere to put anything until then. It's very difficult. Oh no, Casey, I'm so sorry. I hope your little one feels better. Okay. So, I went back. I was like, I'm I'm going back. So I went back and I watched a couple of the interviews that Jared and Doug did right after Kylie was found. Or right after, Kylie was found within her vehicle, right? Okay. So I found some pretty interesting things as I went back and listened to what they had to say. Oh, hoping for answers. Yeah, I'm usually right before too. So, yeah, I'm going to ask you guys if when you come in, please hit that thumbs up. It's a free way to help the channel. Thank you guys all for that. Okay, so the birth certificate. Thank you to Sifa, by the way, for obtaining that. Yeah, so I had it pulled up on my TV, so I was able to see it. It did say that she was born at Tahoe Forest Hospital, um, and in Nevada County. Um, and it just said her mom's information, her dad's information. Um, so I can't, I'm glad we got it. Like I'm glad it's out there. That's one thing we have not seen. So I'm glad that somebody was able to obtain it. That's all I could, that's all I could really get from it. You know what I mean? Susan, yes, I did hear about that. I did hear about that, and that's very unfortunate. That's ridiculous. Hey, Megan. Yes, that would be the hospital. RT. Yes, thank you, Sifa. That was a really nice tribute to Kylie, I thought. Okay, so I want to go over a couple of things. Yes, Mark, you too. I hope everyone is having an awesome holiday season, and I hope everybody has a very Merry Christmas. Yeah, apparently they did. And it's kind of ridiculous. It's kind of ridiculous that this kind of thing can happen, and it sucks. Oh, thank you, Megan. Thank you. Yeah, I had to move this to tonight. So I hope everybody, thank you, everybody that's here, and you guys that are going to watch this later. Thank you guys for watching. All right, so let's get into a few things, shall we? So I was listening to Jared's interview on Zav Girl's channel. Okay, now I want to talk about a couple of the things that he said that I found interesting. No, you got to think this was right after they had found her and everything. Oh, thank you, CY. Yes, I hope everybody is staying warm. It is freaking freezing here. And this weekend, like Saturday, I mean, it's supposed to be wicked cold here. Like, we're talking like a high of 15. So, yeah, I hope everybody stays warm. Oh, Lazy Llama, I'm sorry, but we're just getting started, so you didn't miss anything. Hey, Mayor R. Okay, so let's talk about this. Now, I wrote down certain things that he had said, so that's what I'm going to read to you guys. Oh, Phantasmic. That is so cold. 1 degree. That's ridiculous. Okay. So, see, he says a lot more that we have cut out of the video. If certain things do happen, there are 2 other videos that we will release if certain things do take place. It's now, these are his exact words, okay? It's going to be a whole, no one even knew this footage existed from the tow truck driver. Now, these were his words, okay, you guys? Raw video of him and his girlfriend, who is a nurse. They are credible stand up people. Boca was our last known location for Kylie. Did make immediate phone call to detectives to verify this. Okay, I'm just giving you some notes here. All right. Okay. Entire interview. You're going to be blown away with that one, as well as the full interaction with dad and grandpa. Now, I would be very interested in seeing that full interview that they had with the dad and the grandfather. They also did not release us the full unedited version of Roadside Nick's video because they did interview the girlfriend and had her on camera. Now, we did not see any of that. So technically it was not the full raw interview. Okay. No, he says this, as well as a full interaction with dad and grandpa. We hope it's not true. Hold on. Okay. Yes, she was in the back of the car. Dash cam footage was locked up by his company. We do have his girlfriend on camera as well. There's an entire other theory that would blow your mind if I even told you. If you think about the 2 people moving around the vehicle, there could be more to that story. We hope that it's not true, but if it is, then justice will be served appropriately. Positive match on the male, not positive match on the female. Okay. Now, those were some of the interesting things out of Jared's interview with Zav Girl. Now, again, this, this is crazy, but I feel like it, there's a good possibility that it is. I don't know. I want it. I'm like 70-30 that it could have been somebody else that the tow truck driver saw, or that AAA Nick saw. I did pull up that collage of Kylie and who. And listen, for somebody that doesn't know you, you got long blonde hair. You know what I'm saying? You got a hat on. Mistaken identities could happen. I still am not 100% on that part of this. Okay. If you think about the two people moving around the vehicle, there could be more to that story. Okay. Now, insinuating, now this is just how I took it, that they were doing that for a reason, because they didn't want Nick to go in the back of the vehicle. Now, I thought that in the very beginning. Yes, because Kate and Jay were together in Reno, and that's where Fox 40 met up with them. And that is also where Jagger said, I fully believe that Kylie is alive and well. Now, for me, if you hadn't heard from your ex-girlfriend, who you are clearly, obviously obsessed with, that you love so much, if you hadn't seen her, wouldn't you be a little worried? You wouldn't be fully believing that she was alive and well somewhere. You would hope so, but you couldn't fully believe that, right? Okay. Now let's move on. We're going to talk a little bit about Doug's interview on Zav Girls channel a week after Jared's. And then I want to talk to you guys about a couple of things that, I don't know how anybody didn't pick this up before. And I don't know if somebody did, because I didn't watch this back then. Like, I had just watched this today. So I had not seen this interview with Doug. Okay. Hey, Kiki. All right. Now, again, I did the same thing with Doug's interview that I did with Jared. So I just wrote down the things that he said that I found interesting. Okay. So I'm going to read them to you, and we're going to go through that. Okay. He says, we need to be able to work with LE all over. He made that a point. Like, we understand, if they were to go against LE, they would get pushback from every other agency when they wanted to work a case. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that part of it. All right. Now he says, we have the experience of preserving any evidence and scene underwater, but that didn't happen in this case. CHP, FBI, they did what they thought was best, but they don't do this all the time as we do. This was done by individuals who maybe have only done this a few times throughout their entire career. We were told to leave and were not consulted on how it should be done, which is why the evidence was out of the car. That's the story, that the evidence came out of the car, right? When they flipped it. Okay. Then he says, you guys, stop. One of Nick's first cases, now he was referring to Nick the diver. Seeing something like that, nobody is prepared for that. Now, he goes on to say that Nick the diver is an Army veteran. For 11 years, he was in the Army. He was a sergeant. Now, imagine being in the Army and being a sergeant, you've seen some pretty bad stuff. You've seen some pretty bad things, right? But when he came out of that water after seeing what was under the water, that face he made, that was real, I believe. I believe that was real emotion, real things that he was feeling at that moment. Now, think of how bad it had to have been for him to make that face, knowing he's been a sergeant in the Army for 11 years. Okay. Next thing. When things don't add up, they don't add up. Too many coincidences become evidence, which is where I got the quote for the day, scrolling across the screen. Too many coincidences become circumstantial evidence. Okay. They can come out and say accident, but no one is going to believe it. Right? Hold on 1 second, you guys. Okay. Hey, Sifa. Okay. When you told Ellie, okay, so Zav said they asked Doug, when you told Ellie about your suspicions, what did they say? And this was his answer. They're playing it pretty close to the vest. I think their lack of response publicly explains it all. I mean, that says enough. To say you're not going to respond until November just says it all. Why wait so long? And now I'm reading what he had said. Obviously, if they come forward with foul play, there comes a whole nother level of pressure publicly on them. They're not going to do that. They are giving themselves a little time. I mean, even he could see it 3 months ago that nothing was ever going to come of this, that they were not going to do anything, that this was not being ran correctly. And then he says, Dad was extremely frustrated and suspected foul play. I love you. But him and Grandpa were very grateful to us for finding her. Okay. He said, eventually the dark will come out to the light. Now here's where here was the big part for me. Okay. Here is a huge part, right? Now, what does this tell you guys? I want to know. All right. He was asked, did you have any interaction with the mother? These were his words. No interaction with mom. Coming into the case, the mom at the time was heavily protected. She did not have access to social media. The sheriff's department that we were speaking to assured us that they were in communication with the mom. What? The mom was, at the time, was very heavily protected. She did not have access to social media. In other words, they were not allowed to talk to her. She was very heavily protected. And she didn't have access to social media? Who was protecting her? And what was she being protected from? I don't know. I don't know, you guys. Okay. And then he says, our main point of contacts were extended family and friends. So again, extended family and friends was your point of contact for this investigation. For you coming there and you searching for Kylie, you had to connect with the friends and the extended family. All right. Now he says, when asked if the keys were in the ignition of the car, he quickly said, I can't answer that. Now, if the keys were in the car, wouldn't he just have said, yeah, the keys were in the car? Or if he didn't know if they were in the car, he could have said, oh, we didn't notice if they were in the car or not. But he said, I can't answer that. He said everything that they needed from Nick was obtained within hours, talking about AAA. We cannot release what we have because it will heavily compromise their investigation. When asked why he was so suspicious of everything on the case, he said, it's not just one thing, it's everything, every step of the way, starting with before we even got there. The energy, the vibe that just can't be explained. Overwhelming to us what we were dealing with. Everything along the way was suspicious. Now, when asked if it was a positive ID on Kylie from AAA Nick, he said, yes, he did say it was Kylie, but possibly could it have been somebody else? His exact words were, she's not the only blonde in California, right? The only blonde girl in California, which at this time, there was 3 other blonde girls just in this story alone. Now, he was asked if he has seen any video footage of the party that the public has not seen. He said, no. Lack of information. He said to protect those kids at the party, we'll never see any evidence or videos unless the kids choose to release it on Reddit or any other forum. Most kids were not allowed to cooperate. Their parents didn't want their names attached to this case. He said, unfortunately, it's overshadowing a lot of things. There's answers that aren't produced, and until this is closed, it's just a necessary evil. I say, interesting choice of words. Every single person that we know of in this case knows exactly what happened. Exactly what happened. And I believe that with my whole heart. All right. Now, I want to talk to you. Hold on. Where's Lindsay's information? Okay. Now, before I go on to that, I do want to mention that I didn't even notice this, but multiple people commented in my live my last live, and said that, did you notice on the plates, it was a yellow tag on those plates? So I looked it up. California. Yellow would have been the color of 2020. I can't remember if it's green or red, but it would have been green or red for 2022. You can look it up. Now, she would not have been driving an unregistered vehicle. Okay. The registration on those license plates expired in 2020. Now tell me that was not a decoy car. All right. All right, now let's so I was listening to an interview that Lindsay did. Actually, I was listening to a couple that she did. So I want to go over a couple of the things that she said. Now, during Lindsay's interview on the August 17th with NBC Bay Area, she said Kylie is strong, capable, smart, tenacious, feisty. She has a love for life. She's never been one to give up easy, and today is no different for her. So, what does that mean? Was she referring to Kylie putting up a fight? All right. And then on the 12th, on August 12th, she said that she got a text at 11:30 that Kylie from Kylie's phone that she would be leaving at 12:15. Mom said, "Be careful, wake me up when you get home." When she got up, realized she was not home, she checked the last location. Now, this is Lindsay telling us this. She checked the last location, and it was about midnight at the party site. These are the mother's words. So she called her friends to see if she was with them. Now, here is the part that really, really angers me as a mother. She says, "I am letting the police and the teens talk to one another. I am not a trained investigator. I am not someone who has any experience with finding missing children." Now, let me tell you this. In her answering this, the question that the lady asked her was, well, having a mother and having motherly intuition, what do you think? What is going on, right? And this is what she says. "I am letting the police and the teens talk to one another. I am not a trained investigator. I am not someone who has any experience with finding missing children. It's not my position to talk to any of these people to figure out what happened. I'm leaving that to everyone I trust and I know has the capability and the determination to do so." I'm sorry, what, lady? You're not a trained investigator, so you're leaving it to the police and the teens. You are not experienced in finding missing children. It's not your position to talk to any of these people to figure out what happened to your child. You're leaving that to everyone else who has the capability and the determination to do so, because you don't have the capability or the determination to find your own daughter. I mean, it's so sickening to me. And then she goes on to say about her daughter, "She's such a dynamic human. She has been so musical. She loves science. She loves baking. She loves dancing. If you have any information, please come forward. Nobody cares what you were doing. You will not be in any trouble." At this point during this conversation, no, she was still missing. I mean, isn't that the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard? I mean, that is ridiculous. So I wanted to share those few things with you guys. There's something wrong with that woman. And, I've always felt that there was just no emotional connection to Kylie there. I mean, people can say what they want, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, she worked some high profile type positions. Oh, I believe that the town is oh, absolutely. I believe she's into a dark, dark community. I mean, it's just so frustrating that, you know, nobody was there for her. But I mean, all along, you guys, the cover up has happened. There was never going to be an investigation. They were never going to, nothing was ever going to come of this, which is why it was ran like it is, or like it was. It's just so insane to me that everybody in her life were the way they were. Like nobody seemed upset. People were mad at AWP for finding her. When they found her, the party ended, the money stopped coming in. They pulled the freaking reward money. I mean, it's just ridiculous. They received a $25,000 um anonymous donation. Oh no, Sifa, that's not good. Your comments are down again. And you know what's weird about her speech, Lazy Llama, is if you go back on her Facebook page and you go back to older videos, she did not talk like that. She talked totally normal. It's so weird. And then next, all of a sudden she's talking like that. I don't either, Ashley. Like, I really don't either. That I don't understand it. But whether it was Kylie or it was somebody pretending to be Kylie in her car that next day, I still believe that she was alive for a little while after all of this. I do believe that. I believe she was held somewhere. Nothing from the nothing from the dad, nothing from the grandpa. I mean, nothing from the police, nothing from anybody. I believe she's a witch. I believe Lindsay, well, at least she thinks she is. You know, I believe she's into some dark stuff. And man, if it is that community, I mean, we've gone over that. Diane, Diane says, I believe she is still alive. Some people do. I mean, we don't have any physical proof otherwise. But I don't know. I feel in my gut and in my heart that something really bad happened to her. I think that she got snuffed out. She either knew something, well, like knew way too much information and wanted to leave the area, and they were not going to allow that. Or I believed it was I don't want to say the word, but an SAC, RIF. You guys know what I'm saying. I believe I don't know why. That's just like, I think everything else was a cover up though. I believe something happened to her. Like they got rid of her, but everything else that we knew, everything else that we were told, everything else, the car, the setting, I think it was all bullshit, and I think it was all a huge cover up. You know, like other people said, like Doug said, like we have said multiple times before this. These parents, they didn't want their names, that these kids that were involved, they were never going to let that out. They were never going to let that. I mean, it was too many prominent people we're talking about here. The cops, I believe, are in on it. I believe they're all in on it. It's, and I believe that shit happens. People want to say conspiracy this, but listen, that shit happens every day. And I'm not trying to convince you. That's just my opinion. Everybody think what you want to think. Justice. I don't want to read that out loud because I don't want my, I just got back into the algorithm. I don't want to get out of it again, but yeah, it's not that far. John said, CNY, after they found her, don't you find it funny? The coroner and police never confirmed it was her. Well, the police did confirm it was her, but not until the next day. So they found her on the 21st. On the 22nd, Shannon Moon came out and said that it was her. And then nothing until we got the autopsy that came out. No, Lazy Llama, she didn't have two. Well, she had a Diva Cup and an IUD. One is for something else. Yeah, just, I mean, in cases like this, you follow the money, and money buys silence. Money buys people's silence. You know what else does? Fear. Fear is an amazing motivator for somebody to keep their mouth shut. Yeah, I don't believe the autopsy at all. At all. I don't believe it. I've never heard of a case where they claim it's a person and this person has family and the family does not identify the person. I've never heard of that, where a minor is identified by a detective instead of the family. And according to the coroner, the parents did not want to come down there. They wanted to be notified by telephone, which to me is just not, that's unheard of. That's not a normal thing. Oh no, you're good, Lazy Llama. It's fine. It's, I thought the same thing at first because I didn't know what the hell a Diva Cup was. Yeah, barbification. I believe that too. Like I said, Nick was an army sergeant for 11 years. So just imagine the kind of crap that he saw and how bad it was. And for his reaction to be like that, with what he saw, had to have been something terrible. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of coincidences in this story, or at least that's what they want us to believe. I just, I believe it's, oh man. I mean, I went over everything after that live. I mean, how anybody could doubt that this was an accident, how anybody could doubt just by how everybody was and everything that we saw, how anybody could doubt that this girl was something bad happened to her, or not even that, but there's a definite cover up happening here. I mean, this is corruption at its finest right here. Absolutely, Deb White, town of liars. Absolutely. And it sucks because they'll all get to celebrate Christmas, and they'll all get to be with their families, and Kylie won't. And it's just not right. It's not right at all. I mean, it's really hard, and I know it's really hard for me, and I know it's really hard for a lot of you to know what we know, and to just not see justice being served. It's so hard. Like when Okay, now I don't know if you guys followed it, but like Quentin Simon's case, when they finally arrested Leilani, I was so happy. It was funny because I had just posted a thing in my community page about how it's not right that she gets to sit down to Thanksgiving with her family when her baby was out there somewhere. You know what I mean? And then I think it was like the next day or the day after she was arrested. So, Woo Wall. Let me pull that up. No, Casey. I plan on covering other things. But I don't plan on, like, I don't do just crime videos, like true crime. I don't just do that. So I do all different kinds of videos, and so yeah, I mean, there is going to be other cases that I cover. I'm working on the Samantha Humphrey case right now. She's still missing out of New York, Schenectady, and she's 14 years old. Her coat was found with blood on the collar, but no sign of her yet. So, yeah. But well, could this be one those made a deal with the devil scenarios? It absolutely could be. I just wish that we could have the video from Roadside Assistance. I mean, it sucks, but that's the only real proof. That's the only real proof of who that was. We're never going to know otherwise. Oh, yeah, Casey. I did a lot of videos before the Kylie case. A lot of people didn't find me until the Kylie case, but I did do a lot of other videos, but they were like, wake people up to the real world type videos. And, YT is not very fond of those type of videos. Yeah, Casey, I did a couple videos on her too. That's another crazy story. And I actually had a video where I tied all these together. Or, I mean, not all of these, but both of these cases. People are connected. Yes, Sifa has a video with Trinity's death certificate. So definitely go over there and check that out. I mean, they say that this investigation is still open. But Nevada County said that. I'm wondering if the FBI's investigation is still open. I mean, I just wish somebody would go in there and just clean house. Go to Truckee, clean house, get rid of all of them. Placer County sheriffs, Nevada County sheriffs, get rid of all of them, man. They're all bad. They're all bad. And I'm not saying every single one of them in the department. I'm saying the majority. John Brooks, you think what's a decoy? Oops. I mean, and I've told you guys, I'm not a one-sided person. Like, I have my thoughts and my opinions just like everybody else. But I would like to know what the truth is, no matter what the truth is. Does anybody want to come up? Oh, you mean another case was a decoy, you're saying? Did you guys see Upchurch's video he put out earlier about the Kylie case, about what's going on? It was really about Nick truck driver, the roadside assistance guy. I mean, I took it as more of a comedy video because that's what it was to me. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. You guys, everybody has their own opinions. I agree, Enid. I agree. The whole town government departments and offices needs to be audited from top to bottom. Oh, you're saying they okay, I gotcha, John. He's saying I think they used Kylie to pull our attention in another direction. It's crazy. It's just crazy that this kind of stuff can go on, and in public. Like they don't even try to hide it. We had clues from this in the very beginning. CY Kyle earlier today had a couple of good points, but I still think he's like I don't think that Nick is the guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that. That's crazy because let me say this. If Nick was the guy, why would he even put himself there? You know what I'm saying? Nobody is talking about this case. And according to the company, there's no video. So if Nick was the guy in the car with her, right? Why would he put himself in the car with her? Why would he put himself at the scene? He would have known that there was no investigation that was going to happen. I mean, I think that's kind of crazy. You'd have to be stupid to do that. He would have to be dumber than a box of rocks to do something like that. You'd have to be dumber than a box of rocks to be a killer and then go on TV, go on a big YouTube channel knowing it was going to be on everywhere and tell them that you were there. Like that's stupid. So again, that's just my opinion, y'all, but you'd have to be a fool, I think. Casey said, I don't think Nick is the killer, but I don't think that he's on the up and up either. Yeah, and a lot of people, I think it actually. I'll tell you what I got so far. Let me pull something up for you guys. I'm just gonna ask everybody take a minute real quick. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up. It's a free way to help support the channel. You know, I know it's not. Um, Sundays aren't big videos, but I like just sitting here chilling with you guys, talking to you guys. We get to discuss things. But let me pull up the poll I did real quick. And anybody that wants to join and become a member of the family, I am going to do a members only live on Friday night. I'm going to do a members only live. So you guys please keep an eye out for that and make sure you join the family and become a member if you want to be in on the video. Oh shit, I just unplugged that. Hold on. Okay. And anybody that wants to donate to the channel, to the CNY family, links are all down in the description below. Hey, Lost Souls, how are you? Hey, do you want to come up here? I've been trying to get somebody to come up here, and we're talking about Kylie. Do you want to come up? Hey, Deb White, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Yes, Sifa, actually, I shared this on my community page, got Kylie's birth certificate. So there is a link there. If you go on my community page, the video is right there, or you can go right to the channel. I hear you, Casey. I hear you. It's totally fine. Oh, Danica, welcome to the family. Thank you for joining. Oh, okay, Lost Souls, no problem. We're always catching each other at the wrong time. CY Cal, will members only be available to watch afterwards if we are a member? I work Friday night. Oh no, you're a member, so you'll be able to watch. Yeah, only members will be able to watch the video. I don't do a members only live and then release it, because then what would be the point? So, yep, we do it just for members so you can watch it anytime you get a chance. Hold on, I missed something up here real quick. Oh, Princess Megan, thank you. Okay. All right, so let me grab that for you guys. I want to show you the polls that I did on my community page, actually. Okay, so let me share this screen with you guys so I can show you. Oh, yeah, Lost Souls. No, that would be awesome. Yep, we can set up a time. We'll do it. All right, so let me share this screen with you guys, and I'll show you what people are thinking. All right. So I said when it comes to AAA Nick, now 738 people have voted. If you have not voted on these, can you please go and vote on these? I want to, see what the, general consensus is. So far with 738 votes, 70% believe Nick, 6% think he's lying, and 24% just don't have enough proof to say. Now, on the next one, it's I believe Kylie Rodney, There's 770 votes. 12% think she was sold. 53% think she was killed on purpose. 20% of people think she was killed by accident. 9% think she is alive somewhere. 7% think none of the above. Now, this one. Who was the guy in the car that Nick from AAA saw? 412 votes. 22% for NH, 58% for JW, 12% for someone else that we have seen in the case, and 9% from none of the above. So if you guys have not gone over and voted on that, please go check that out. I'd like to get, see what's up. Jamie Hood, I am with you. That would make sense to me. And the problem is that if we are able to accomplish anything at all by this case, it's not going to we'll never be able to take it to court. There's no body. She was cremated. They've already labeled it an accident. There would be no evidence because chain of custody was broken, which is why they ran the investigation like they did in the first place. But maybe we could help the next person. Maybe somebody will see these videos and keep this in mind and think, hey, this is a kind of, I feel like this is real. Like this could be real. Like I see these type of people around me. Maybe I need to be careful, or you know what I'm saying, something like that. Hold on, I want to. Okay. And I always said, I'm like, why isn't Nancy Grace talking about this? I love Nancy Grace. Like, she don't give a crap. She will tell you like it is, whether you like it or not. And I was like, why didn't she get on this case? Why is she not on it? Like, what is going on? But I think they didn't want this to be as big as it was. They didn't count on YouTube picking this up. This was not supposed to be national news. This was not supposed to be this big of a story. Like Lindsay said, this was their story, not the world's story. Yeah, we get that. Right. Sit down, shut up, find a hobby, find something else to do. We got this. Yeah, you got this. Y'all ran this investigation right into the freaking ground, right from the very beginning. Oh, Ashley, yes. Found dead in the woods after going in there for working on a school project, but no foul play suspected. Shit, just another one who dropped dead in the area. I had to fly into Reno a few years back. for a conference and then drive into South Tahoe. The people in Tahoe area people and Truckee people are fake posers. I'd be wary. Could very well be. Yes, there is. It's called Everyone Counts. That is a crazy documentary too. And if that does not tell you something, you guys, this was a long time ago, 1995, I want to say. They found a lady in a parking lot in a duffel bag dead and said no foul play suspected. So you think she killed herself and put herself in the freaking duffel bag? Are you kidding me? Hey, that bitch. Thank you. Yes, everybody, please hit that thumbs up. Dante was found dead December 8th. They said he went into the woods to work on a school project, and that's where they found him. But said no foul play suspected. I go, of course, no foul play suspected, right? It's just common for teenagers in that area to just drop dead. It's crazy. CNY, I have a second theory. Maybe Sammy and Kylie got into some kind of argument and led to a fight, and Sammy hit Kylie wrong. Oh, I believe there was a fight, and I believe Sammy won. Because sometimes there's arguments about who won, but not this time. Yeah. Yes, he was missing for a couple days. Yep. I mean, it's just ludicrous, the kind of stuff that goes on. It's totally insane. Really. Smiley. I read today Nevada County Sheriff's got grant funding for new radio equipment. Total cost $6 million. Sierra News. They raised $1+ million, they claim. I do not doubt it. And that money came for a reason. Sheriff Wu's up for election this year. You know, it's election year. They want to sweep everything under the rug. That town, basically survives off tourist money. And I can't even believe that anybody would freaking go there and spend money after this. Like, I can't even believe it. But at the same time, I wonder if they even care, like, to push tourists away, because they're all, they don't like outsiders. If you're not one of them, you're not one of them. I mean, it's just ridiculous that the amount of crap that went on in this case. So, what you guys got plans? You guys got plans for the holidays? Do you got to travel? Do you got to fly anywhere? I feel bad for anybody that has to fly anywhere. I mean, I would not get onto a plane these days. I mean, you can't get on a plane without a fight breaking out, some lunatic losing their mind, acting like a nut job on the airplane and they're doing emergency landings all the time, and it's crazy. Yes, Mark. Oh, where the hell? Oh, exactly. Why are we? And we are. Like, we care more. I mean, I can only speak for myself, but I care about Kylie. This case has drawn me to her. I am a mother. I mean, it's just insane. And the people in her life just seemed like nobody cared at all. Exactly, lost souls. And we've said that. It's ridiculous. Princess Megan honestly won't be doing much on Christmas. Sadly, I haven't spoken to family of mine. Too much toxic relationship issues. Oh, well, that sucks, Princess. That's a bummer, but I get it. I totally understand. No, Doug did not. He said he has not seen the footage. But if you go over some of the stuff that they said that Jared and Doug said during those interviews, it's crazy. I mean, Doug pretty much came right out and said, we already know where this was 3 months ago. We already know where this case is going. The cops are showing what they're going to do with it. Absolutely nothing. Honestly, John Brooks, I don't either. I don't either. I don't know how she can. I don't know how she can sleep at night. I don't know how anybody in that crap whole town can sleep at night. It's just terrible. And all it takes for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. And that's what I say about everybody else. Everybody who wants to, well, we're not involved. Well, that Megan lady, well, we ain't got nothing to do with it. I didn't do it. I wasn't involved. You know what? When you come out and defend these freaking people, I'm not dealing with that. Like, that is unacceptable to me. You're just as bad. You're just as much, you're just letting the evil happen. So, you know what? Shame on all of you. Now, I know there was a couple clips I wanted to bring up and play for you guys. Um, Now, where do you guys stand on Jay? I'm just curious because involved, not involved. One, two. Yeah, yeah, Eli, I hear ya. Yeah, Kylie's Law. I know, right? I know. All right, I'm gonna pull. You guys just give me a second. I'm gonna pull something up here. Just give me 1 second. All right, I'm sorry, I'm pulling this up for you guys. I just got to get it in my folder. Just talk amongst yourselves for a second. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Here's one. I'm pulling something up. Okay. All right. Thank you. There's more in my coat pocket. Oh. Yep. All right. Then those AFA came down to North Cali. Then they got run out again. Like in Minnesota, got scared all over. Leslie, I wish everybody would boycott Sharky too, but I just don't think, I just don't think that's going to happen. There's too many people who just don't give a shit, you know? Okay, yeah, they're definitely. So we're going to go over some stuff. It's different things. You know how we do.
Wait. Do I have a t-shirt?
Okay, guys. Thank you for your patience. All right, so I'm going to share this. Let's check some stuff out, okay? So it doesn't all have to do with Kylie, but some of it does. But this is kind of what we do on Sundays. We talk about different things. Okay. Now, this was the one I was telling you about, what Lindsay said about Kylie.
Search intensifying for 16-year-old Kylie Rodney. She disappeared from a campground party in Northern California nearly a week ago. It was last Friday night. We have surveillance photos tonight captured just hours before Kylie was last seen. Right now, investigators pouring through hundreds of tips in the case, along with cell phone video, anything that could help them retrace Kylie's last steps and any conversations she may have had with people at that party. Kylie's mom is going to be joining me live in just a moment. But first, I want to turn to correspondent Nancy Liu for answers tonight and Kylie. Nancy.
Marnie, the Placer County Sheriff's Office says over 500 tips have come in, and they are following up on more than 300 leads. But nearly a week since Kylie Rodney disappeared, still no sign of her or her car.
I don't know where she is. We don't have anything to go off of at this point, but I fully believe that she's alive and well.
Kylie Rodney's boyfriend says he is optimistic, sharing what he told her before she went to the party Friday night with her friends.
So I was just like, okay, be safe. Don't do anything stupid.
But now he is among the many others putting up flyers in the massive search for the California teen, now entering day 6.
If you have video of that night, detectives want more of it. There has been a lot of video provided, and some of it had to do with a fight that occurred at the party. Detectives right now are asking for any additional video that you have.
Law enforcement are searching across the Tahoe National Forest. Well over 200 young people had gathered near the Prosser family campground for a senior last bash. Kylie's grandfather is missing their musical moments and offering belated advice.
If your child wants to go to a party or go somewhere, make sure they go with someone and make sure they return with those people. Don't leave anybody behind.
Driving out of that campground area at night is treacherous, but so far no sign of Kylie's SUV or her. Law enforcement released images of a sweatshirt Kylie borrowed that night with an eerie caption reading, "You don't want to be forgotten, you just want to disappear." Kylie's mother is garnering strength from the community.
It's this community that's standing behind me and standing with me and supporting me and holding me up that is allowing me to fake you guys into all thinking that I have it together, even the smallest bit.
We just want word out so that more eyes are out, because we don't have an exact spot to look for. And that is unusual, especially with a large object like a car.
Now, it's not clear yet whether the fight at the party had anything to do with Kylie's disappearance, but law enforcement say any videos or images from that night can be helpful in finding Kylie, stressing again that they are not interesting kids for any underage drinking that night. Marnie?
All right, Nancy, thank you. I want to welcome in Lindsay Rodney Neiman. She is Kylie's mother. Lindsay, thank you so much for giving us some time tonight. I know it's important to keep Kylie's story out there. The more people that see her face, hear about it, can help in the search. How are you doing tonight?
I'm tired, but I'm doing okay. Thanks. How are you?
Well, I'm thinking about you, and I'm thinking about that last text message that you shared with Kylie. Tell me more about what she said.
Well, she just, it was 11:30 at night, and she said that she was going to be planning on leaving about 12:15 and heading home. And I told her to, be careful and wake me up when she got home. And she said, "Okay, Mama, I love you." And that was it.
Do you have any reason to doubt, Lindsay, that Kylie sent that message? Did it sound or seem like a text that she would normally send as you're looking back at things?
It was a text that she had sent me over and over again every time she was settling on plans and figuring out, like what she was doing. She was always checking. She was always letting me know where she was, when she was leaving, where she was going next. And it was, it was her, "Hey, Mama, I'm on my way home in a little bit, so I'll see you soon." It wouldn't have been unusual for me to even get another text from her, another half hour, 40 minutes later, letting me know that she was on her way the last little bit to our house.
So that was late Friday night, kind of into the early morning hours of Saturday. At what point did you start to worry, get concerned?
Well, I woke up 8 o'clock on Saturday morning and immediately realized that she had not woken me up. And so, I thought my husband was home. Maybe she checked in with him. And so I got up and I looked at the driveway and her car wasn't there. And I looked at her room and she wasn't there. And I reached for my phone and I grabbed my phone and I looked for her location that she always shared with me. And the last update it had was from the party site about midnight. And so at that point, I reached out to her dear friend to see if she was there. And once we found out that she wasn't there,
yeah. And then that panic as a parent sets in. Police, Lindsay, not ruling out the possibility that Kylie may have been abducted, even trafficked. How much are investigators sharing with you about the tips coming in and where they're at in the search?
The law enforcement, all of the teams who have been working together with us to find her have been, they've been working, day and night. It seems I see them and so tired. They have been so transparent with us. They've been so open to keeping the communication between them and the investigation and the family just so open. Unfortunately, just none of the tips yet have led to anything definitive that's helping us.
What else stands out to you, Lindsay, about that night as you talked to her friends about the conversations that they were having, what was going on at the party? Any of those clues rising to the surface, your mother's instinct, like honing in on something particular?
Okay, you guys, you know how I was talking earlier? So she just asked her about her motherly instincts kicking in, and this is her response.
I am letting the police and the teens talk to one another. I am not a trained investigator. I am not someone who has any experience with finding missing children. It's not my position to talk to any of these people and try to figure out what happened. I'm leaving that all to everyone who I trust and I know has the capability and the determination to do so.
Well, it is clear from the video that we've seen of the dozens and dozens of volunteers out there, your family and all of those involved. There's a lot of love for Kylie tonight and the efforts to bring her home safely. I was looking at that video of her playing some music. Tell us about your daughter, a little bit personally about her. What makes her so special?
Everything makes her special. I'm going to try to get through this. Excuse me. She's such a dynamic human. She has been, as you see, so musical. She loves playing music. She started playing at a very young age. It was the first time that she got her first violin and started playing. And she loves science. She loves baking. She loves dancing, as you can see in the photo you're sharing right now. She's so dynamic, and in that dynamic personality that she has, she has been able to make true connections with. She has a common interest with them, and so there just doesn't seem to be anybody ever who I come across who has met her who doesn't just love her. And oh God, I mean, she was so smart. She's so funny, and she's great with little kids. She's like this magnet for toddlers. They come and they run, and she gets down on their level. And there's just, I could go on and on and on about everything that's wonderful about my daughter.
An amazing person, embracing life. What would you want to say to Kylie tonight?
Tonight, I will tell Kylie that I love her so much. So many people love you. And we're all looking, and we're trying so hard. And I'm so sorry we haven't found you yet, but we're not giving up. And just hang in there, sweetie, because we'll find you soon, bring you home.
And Lindsay, a message to anybody who was at the party Friday night who is afraid to come forward and share anything they know, anything that they saw, for fear of getting in trouble for what they were doing that night.
Oh, nobody cares about what you were doing. Nobody cares. I promise you. Nobody cares. All that we care about is bringing Kylie back. All that we care about is getting any kind of little bit of information that can help us move forward in our search to find her. And we promise you that you won't get in any trouble. We promise you there's anonymous tip lines. Even there's other peers that you can reach out to if you're nervous. It's a hard thing to be courageous, and it's okay to be scared, and it's also okay and important to act on that courage and to come forward when you know it's time.
Lindsay, sending you a lot of love tonight. We're thinking about you, and we'll continue to follow the search for your daughter, and we'll keep tabs, anything that we can do to help.
I mean, it's just disgusting that she's got to stand there and fake cry. And not one actual, I mean, not one actual tear, no actual real emotion. I'm not trained to look for missing children. I'm going to leave that to the teens. I mean, come on. Everyone was looking but her own mother. Okay, so let me pull up this next one for you guys. I didn't, Diane. I honestly, I think a minute and a half in, I just can't listen to her. I can't listen to that lady. I just can't. Okay. Let's go to this next clip. Okay, now this, you guys, was on the 17th. Ashley, for real, it is like being inside a torture chamber. I just can't listen to it. Like, man, I can't do it. Okay. All right, let's do this.
Teenager Kylie Rodney. The 16-year-old was. It is now day 11, and the search continues. So do the prayers. The search for missing teenager Kylie Rodney. The 16-year-old was last seen at a party in the Lake Tahoe area a couple of weekends ago. The last ping from her cell phone came in at 12:30 a.m. Saturday morning. Her silver Honda CRV, you see it there, is also missing. The Placer County Sheriff's Department now says the search will continue, but in a more limited way. Fewer people were working the case, down to about 100 today. Previously, it was about 200 to 300 law enforcement had been assigned daily. Detectives will still follow up on every lead, but the search team will be more like a task force. These past 11 days, excruciating, no doubt, so difficult for her family and friends. That includes her mother, Lindsay Rodney Neiman. Lindsay joins us tonight from Truckee. Lindsay, I think I speak for every parent out there, including myself. Our hearts go out to you. What's keeping you motivated? What's keeping you going in this difficult time?
Family support from community, knowing that even though, you guys are talking about there being a reduction in personnel, that there still is a tremendous amount of people who continue to tirelessly work on this case. And even you guys being so gracious as to continue to share our story.
What type of personality? What was Kylie like? Or excuse me, what is she like? And what could save her here if she's in any sort of distress?
Kylie is strong. She's capable. She's smart. She's tenacious. She's feisty. She has a love for life, and I know that she is never been one to give up easy, and today's no different for her.
And Lindsay,
Now, right there, when she said she doesn't give up easy, and tonight is no different for her. I mean, what do you guys think she was referring to? Because she could have been referring to, did Kylie put up a fight? She's feisty. Did she put up a fight? Was she trying to go against what was going on? Well, what's weird is some people came forward and, somebody came out and said that Kylie was referred around town as that Neiman girl, which is odd. And Lost Souls, I am with you. I just can't listen to the lady. All right, let me go play this again. I'll shut up for a second.
Let me say that we appreciate you speaking with us. We know it's hard. There were a lot of people at this party, at this campground, more than 200 young teenagers and young adults, from what I understand. What's your gut feeling here? Did she possibly go off with someone?
She sent me a text and said that she was going to be on her way home, and we're still just waiting for her to come through the door. At this point, it's, we still don't know what happened to her. And so we're just working to piece together those last moments that she was at the party to figure out where she did go and with whom.
I presume you've talked to some of her close friends that might have been with her that night. Are they revealing any details to you? Do they know much?
Her friends who were there with her at the party have been nothing but so cooperative and so courageous in coming forward and sharing their stories. And we have such a love for all of her friends and are really appreciative of them working so hard and not compromising, but
Did y'all just hear that? She slipped up right there. She said they're amazing for for what exactly? They're amazing for compromising the case, for compromising the people who had anything to say. Did y'all catch that? Okay.
not compromising, but such a love for all of her friends and are really appreciative of them working so hard and not compromising, but oh, sorry.
Yep. She fucked up there. Sorry for cussing. She messed up there, didn't she?
Just being so open to work with everybody and being so honest to share everything that they do know.
Well, you have a lot of support and love and prayers here in the Bay Area as well. One final question. We look forward to having you back on the program after you reunite with Kylie.
Yeah, me too. Thanks so much. I look forward to sharing that story with you guys as well.
Lindsay, thank you for your time.
That freaking lady. Yep. Oh, Aaron, me too. I would have been kicking indoors. I would have torn that town apart looking for my daughter. For sure. Oh, all right, Lost Souls. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Have a good night. Okay. Wow, how fast she said that fast, like she knew it wouldn't happen. Oh, I know. She sure did. All right. Let's
what a special community this is with the outpouring of support that we've received thus far in our
hold
search.
on. I got to find the section. Come on. Come on already. Hold on, you guys. I don't know why it's not working.
Here. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm your mom. Lindsay, do you want to stand up? Hi. Yeah, this Amber Alert thing, you guys, it was frustrating. I was in, you know, I've seen these guys' faces a lot. We were in there, we were talking about the Amber Alert, we were talking about all of these things. There's nobody standing behind me right now that doesn't agree that the Amber Alert should have already been issued immediately. So they share all of our frustration with that. And so I know that it's this point and it's this question, you know, and it doesn't seem right. And so many times in life, things just don't seem fair. And there's a lot right now that doesn't seem fair. But sticking on something that doesn't seem fair and continuing to just, you know, to not move forward isn't helpful either. So at this point, what I'm thinking, you know, if we all feel this way and they feel this way, there may be other people who feel this way too. And so maybe we can use this opportunity to, rather than keep on asking these guys, you know, we can go to our state legislatures, we can do things that might be actually more helpful and more effective in changing that, even if it doesn't change it today, even if it doesn't change it tomorrow or for Kylie at all, maybe it could change it, you know, for someone else, and that can be a positive effect too. But please understand that the lack of any new information, the lack of any movement forward with this case is not for a lack of resources, it's not for a lack of want, it's not for a lack of determination from everyone who I'm looking at, from everyone who stands behind me, and from everyone who stands behind them. So let's work together and let's focus on asking questions that will lead to positive results instead of focusing on questions that are, I'm losing it now. I have a lot of, you know, I don't have a lot of blood sugar, and so it just,
I think the most appropriate answer, sir, to answer your question is to start with your local representative.
Hi, everyone. I'm just coming to you from the civilian front, from the team Kylie that's been working over there at the base camp since Sunday. Thank you everyone for all the work that you've been doing and all your volunteer services. Thank you all. Thank you. I come to you not as a good friend of the family. I come to you as a secondhand friend of a good friend of somebody. If that makes sense, decipher that. The reality is the way this community has come together, it is amazing. And I want you to know that we are going to be there every day from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. working and searching and answering questions and holding your hands while you are holding our hands. This is about hope. This is about that we keep moving forward, because one thing we know is when we sit and we are idle, what happens? Unless you're breathing and meditating, what happens? We get lost. So please, if you're like, I don't know what I can do, come down and say hi. Let us know that you're thinking of us. Do the social media pieces. Flyering, yes, we're going to have them in Spanish. Come down, flyer that. Flyer again where it's been flyered before. Maybe you saw it over here, but we didn't see it over there, and maybe it's only two blocks away, but we can flyer. We have people going all over the area, beyond Truckee, beyond Tahoe. We can do it again. Searching, that app that we have now, amazing, right? How many great gals and guys that have been on their motorcycles, on their feet, and walking through the forest and the trails and looking for something that lets us know that Kylie is coming home, right? That's what we're doing. Once, a million times is not too much to travel those roads. We have to travel lots of roads to find truth, and so let's find the truth. Let's find Kylie. And now I'm going to introduce you. So we have a team. We have a team. Say that, tongue twister, team. There are 5 significant teams that have been working on this case. They have been doing the social media. They have been part of the powerhouses of what we're doing. We also have an adult team. So let's not think that we are leaving our teams on their own to be able to figure out.
I mean, do we need to see anything other than this to tell us that Lindsay is not a normal mother? I mean, do we need anything else? You know, let's just pretend that we didn't know anything else about Lindsay. This, what I'm looking at right now, is enough for me. You guys with me? That's all I needed. I mean, for God's sakes.
About how we find Kylie. We are all here. We are all working, right? So Kylie's going to share what is happening next for the teens for tomorrow night. So, hi. Here, give me a second. So, yeah, as she said, I'm Sammy. I am one of the leaders of the team. It's a tongue twister, yes. We have had a great output. Yeah, yesterday when we had the Tahoe Teen to Teen. What a Teen to Teen talk is no parents, no media, no cops, no adults. It's just kids talking to kids. Your kids have best friends that are their ages. Your kids are comfortable talking to their friends. And hopefully what we're trying to do is that they can come to us and they can talk to us. They can tell us what they saw. They don't have to have the pressure of these cops. They don't have the pressure of the adults. They don't have the pressure of everything else that's going on. Something else could be going on in their life, but what's important is that they know that we are there to talk. We're not trying to get them in trouble. We're not trying to tell their parents on them or get them grounded or have the police on them. We can do completely anonymous tips. Everything helps. We've had a lot of kids say that, oh, I already gave out my witness statement. That's great. These are one-on-one interviews though. These can spark anything in your mind that you might remember. And these are crucial. And we have so much more evidence, many more things to work on based off of just our one in Tahoe yesterday. And what I'm here to talk about is that tomorrow, which will be August 11th, I believe, we will be holding one in Incline. I want to make this clear that this is open to anybody that may have not gone to one yet. And you are welcome to come do Teen to Teens. Here at the rec center, we have everything set. Like, you can do Teen to Teens at any time. If you need me to drive out at 3 a.m. in the morning to meet you, I will. I will drive to people's houses. We can get you rides. We can get you there. We can talk to you anywhere you need. We just have set places so that there can be rally points. But this one's tomorrow, 8/11, like that's the date, will be held from 5 to 7:30. You can stay later. We stayed out until 10 p.m. yesterday at Incline High School. So from 5 to 7:30 or later on August 11th at Incline High School, we will have a Teen to Teen. This is open to anybody from Reno, South Lake Tahoe, Kings Beach, Truckee, anybody who needs to. That is the rally point for tomorrow for this. Again, I want to say that you are welcome to come out and talk to us at any point. I've been doing some today. I did some yesterday. I did hundreds yesterday. I've done.
Yeah, I'm over Sam too. Okay. Yes. Janie, Kylie has a little brother. Shelly, I had to turn the volume off. Yeah, I know. Okay. So did you guys know? Well, I just found this, but there's no videos and it doesn't say when the account was created. But Mags and Kylie had a Instagram together. Or at least that's what it says. But there's no videos on it. And there's so I don't know when it was created. I don't know if it just says no posts. But the account is followed by Doc Neiman, Lost Trail Teardrops, and Lost Trail Lodge. It says Magda M05 and Kylie Neiman. What happens when two teen crackheads get quarantined together? Nobody knows. Let me show you guys. Oh, there did used to be posts on it, Kiki. I just seen it. Soul Sisters for Life 16. What happens when two teen crackheads get quarantined together? Nobody knows. So yeah, I had never seen that before, so I didn't know it was a thing. Let me get rid of this. Okay. Now this is All right, Kiki. Yeah, that'd be awesome if you could find them. All right. Now, I wanted you guys to hear this. Now, this is not about Kylie's case, but it's important. So I wanted you guys to hear it. Ashley, I don't believe they were the plates. I think that those plates were put on that vehicle. But that's just my opinion.
Massive relief for one Metro Atlanta community as a missing 11-year-old girl is found.
This ends a nearly 4-day-long search in Clayton County. Atlanta News First reporter Adam Murphy explains how we got here and the questions police are still trying to answer.
Police tell us they are still investigating what is believed to be a case of human trafficking. As a result, we've made a decision not to name the young 11-year-old girl or even show her photograph.
The family actually advised that she walked out the door on her own with a packed bag.
During a Friday morning news conference, Clayton County Police said the 11-year-old child had made plans to leave her home, and it could have been with someone she met online.
The suspect's age, name is unknown. We do not even know the gender of this person.
Then several law enforcement officers responded to the girl's home later that day, and soon after, police confirmed the 11-year-old had been found safe and was reunited with her family after missing for 3 days. Police tell Atlanta News First they are working to identify those involved with her disappearance.
We have multiple agencies and our law enforcement partners assisting us with this case. We are asking the public to please allow law enforcement to investigate this case, because we have had multiple parties that have interfered with the progress of this case.
Clayton County Police tell us the investigation is still ongoing, and if they do decide to release new information, we will share that as soon as we get it. In Clayton County, Adam Murphy, Atlanta News First.
Oh, shit. Gosh. Okay. So, I mean, it does happen. 11-year-old girl. Luckily, they found her. They were able to get her. She is safe. But it was a human teeing abduction. I mean, could that be a possibility in Kylie's case? Absolutely. All right. Yeah, Kylie, yeah, supposedly just got that car. Supposedly.
We do start with some breaking news. The mother and step-parent of a missing 11-year-old girl from Cornelius are now in police custody. The arrest happening early this morning. Police say they arrested Christopher Palmiter and Diana Kojakari for failure to report the disappearance of Madalena Kojakari to law enforcement. WCNC Charlotte's Austin Walker joining us now from Cornelius after speaking with neighbors. And Austin, you tell us what we know so far.
Yes, we know her stepfather was arrested earlier today and just confirmed by CPD. Her mother was also taken into custody as well. Neighbors saw that happen just after 10 this morning. Now, this neighborhood is pretty much very quiet, neighbors say, but in the last 24 hours, it's been anything but that. Neighbors say Cornelius PD was at the house all last night trying to figure out exactly what happened to that missing girl. Also, neighbors say that they've been questioned by the FBI, trying to put those puzzle pieces together as well. Since being here for about a couple of hours, hours. We've also seen police cars driving through the area. One of the neighbors who didn't want to be on camera also says the family pretty much kept themselves for all this, trying to make sense of exactly what happened.
Yesterday, there was all a commotion. There must have been, 40, people out there, investigators and going in to do searches of the home. It's very concerning that something like this could happen, that it was so close to us. I hope that, she's run away or something and comes back, but, it's, all you can do is hope and pray.
So Kojakari's parents originally reported her missing to her middle school's resource officer, and they say they last saw her at home on November 23rd. So if you know anything that could lead to any information to find her, to get her home safely, please reach out to Cornelius PD. In Cornelius tonight, Austin Walker, WCNC Charlotte.
So she has been missing since the end of November. The parents, the mother and the stepfather, never reported her missing. And when they did report her missing a lot of weeks later, this just happened. When they did report her missing just recently, they reported it to the school resource officer. They didn't even call the police. I mean, it's insane. It is so insane. What is wrong with people? I know. Yeah, this just happened 7 hours ago. Like, this came out. So let me play this clip for you.
The mother and stepfather of a missing 11-year-old child are in custody for failing to report her disappearance to authorities. Madalena Kojakari was last seen in her North Carolina home on November 23rd. But according to investigators, her family did not report her missing until this past Thursday, 3 weeks later. Police arrested 60-year-old Christopher Palmetier and 37-year-old Diana Kojakari yesterday morning. The FBI is now involved in the search for the young girl.
I mean, 3 weeks and you don't report your child missing. What the heck is going on in this world? I'm telling you guys, it's crazy. It is freaking nuts. There wouldn't have to be us. We wouldn't have to be out here doing this, making these videos about these children if, the people in the world weren't the way that they were. If all of the children had caring family members and caring friends and actual parents, none of this, we wouldn't have to be doing this. 3 weeks later, her parents last saw her November 23rd. She's 11 years old. She's been missing for 3 weeks, and exactly, Casey Anthony vibes. Yep, exactly. I mean, it's insane, you guys. And they were just arrested because they hadn't reported her missing. I mean, it's crazy. It's insane. Me too, Janie. It's beyond me. I don't get it. Well, I'm thinking, Ashley, that's why they reported her missing to the school resource officer, because I'm guessing that the school was like, what the hell's going on? and a school resource officer was sent to her home. I mean, that's my guess, but Kiki, yes. Good Lord. I know, we need it. Thank you, Leslie. I try. I try. I just want to help in any way that I can. And I don't like people who, do things to children and get away with it. I mean, it's such bullshit when you can clearly see everything that is going on. Bring awareness to it, expose the darkness, expose the lies, call people out on their bullshit. Like, it has to be done. It just has to. And that's why I can't give up on Kylie's case. Yes, I can do I do other videos, but I'm not going to give up, All right, you guys. So, good morning. Good morning. Oh, good Lord. Good evening, Charlotte. Yeah, I'm actually, you came in real late. I'm actually just getting ready to end this one for the night and get my stuff done. I got to work in the morning. But I want to thank you guys for being here. Thanks for chilling with me on Sunday. Sorry I couldn't do it this morning, but So please hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. Please consider becoming a member. Friday night, we will be doing a members only live. So if you want to be in on that, make sure that you become a member. Go ahead and click that join button. And anybody that wants to donate to the channel, to the CNY family, links are down in the description below. Thank you guys all for being here. I hope you guys all have an awesome night. Please just share and comment. All right, you guys, stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe. Keep asking those hard. Can mods able be in membership only? Yeah, mods can come in. So stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe. Keep asking those hard questions and keep spreading that light. Have a good night, everybody.